Hello. Well,
Hi.
I always start these sessions the same way, which is by asking, how many of my typing sessions have you watched before?
Um, to be honest, I don't think I've watched a proper one from start to finish. I've watched here and there, but actually watching the whole thing, probably none.
Sure. Okay. How long have you known about cognitive functions and MBTI stuff?
Um, Quite a while. Of course, yeah, at first it was definitely just more so the letters and, just taking the test and getting all excited about it. But then as time went on, you learn about the cognitive functions. I feel like I'm still learning about them, trying to kind of fully unfold and understand them because there's just, yeah, it is confusing for me. And I'd say cognitive functions are more so something that's a bit newer for me.
Do you remember where you were when you first read or heard about cognitive functions?
Oh, it's probably my friend, to be honest, who, yeah, she was telling me how the letters are just not irrelevant, but it doesn't really teach you the how you actually think, and it's more, yeah, very surface level. Whilst the cognitive functions are a bit more in depth, but yeah, just through a friend.
But do you remember where?
No, my best guess would be probably just over a conversation on WhatsApp, but yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me about the last time you left the house in a car?
In a car. Um, the other day, yeah, perhaps yeah, a couple of days ago. I don't usually take a lot of car journeys, but my friend came to pick me up to get some McDonald's, and we had some McDonald's and went for a walk. That was the last time.
Okay. So they picked you up, you went to McDonald's, and then you walked from
Yeah.
McDonald's and then came back to the car and drove back home?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, London at the moment it's a bit of a mess with everything that's happening regarding COVID and stuff. So we literally just went to get a McDonald's and then went for a walk across the river, and then went home. Really, that was a very simple evening.
Is it increasingly difficult to find a chimney sweep?
A chimney sweep.
I'm sure British people constantly use chimney sweeps.
Um, I don't really know. I've never really thought about it.
Did you have porridge for breakfast this morning?
um, no, I didn't actually. I don't. I rarely have porridge for breakfast.
Do you have breakfast usually?
It's on and off. It just depends on what time I wake up due to work and things like that. I used to be quite religious in taking breakfast, but now I'm just trying to eat when my body really feels like it. Not force something down me just because I need to. So yeah.
How many meals a day do you think you eat?
Um. Ooh. Probably two on most days. With snacks, but for two proper meals. I can't say that I have three proper meals at this stage, but yeah, two proper meals and snacks.
How many hours of sleep do you need to get a night to be fully functional during the next day?
Oh, fully function. What does fully functional mean?
I mean, you get out of bed and you're like, I am fully rested.
um, I don't know. It depends because I don't know. I feel like I wake up every day feeling I could just sleep some more, but you need to get up and do things, and by the time you get out and you see people, you realize you're fully rested. I used to, yeah, I don't know.
Is it harder going to sleep or getting up?
Um, oh, going to sleep. Definitely going to sleep.
Are you a tossy turner?
I don't know. It's very up and down. There's some nights where I don't know, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking a lot. There's some nights where I'm like a light bulb and I close my eyes and I'm gone. But I would much rather, like in the evening, there's just stuff to do. So I think it's more so because I'd rather do stuff than go to sleep. Whilst when you wake up, Yeah, the motivation is you've got stuff to do to get up, but it's just harder because the bed is so cozy. I don't know.
That's a good reason to start smoking. It encourages you to get out of bed in the morning.
Well, I'm sure I can find other things that can encourage me.
I mean, I suppose heroin would work too, but okay. So, when you're going to sleep, do you like to have something playing in the background, like a voice from a YouTube video or music, or do you like it silent?
Silent, dark. It needs to. Yeah, I hate having things in the background. It's really difficult because then I start paying attention to that. Even when I had insomnia a few years ago, I tried to play white noise and stuff, and even white noise, that's noise that you can listen to, and it's distracting. It needs to be silent.
When you're in a good mental space to fall asleep, are you pretending in your own little world rather than thinking about the actualities of the day, or something else?
Sorry, what's the question?
When you're well positioned to fall asleep, is it because you're in your head pretending in your own little world, or is it because rather than say thinking about the matters of the day, like that, or is it something else, or is it something else besides that?
It's definitely more about the day or what's happening in the future. I think it's more so what's coming up that I'm thinking about. I might be thinking about tomorrow. Like the other day, I've had a shift that started at 6 a.m. and I haven't had a shift that started at 6 a.m. in so long. And I went to bed at a timely manner, but all I could do was think about, oh my gosh, I'm getting up at 6 a.m. tomorrow and I haven't had a shift for so long at 6 a.m. And it was just the same. I guess it's more so about the future and what's coming up than what's happened.
Okay, let's play that classic game called Where I Was, Where I Am, Where I'm Going.
Where I was in the context of a year or 6 months of my life. What do you?
I want you to step back and imagine that your guardian angel guidance counselor is giving a very positive PowerPoint presentation.
Okay.
And his thesis is who Charlene was, who she is, who she's becoming.
Okay, I like that. I can imagine that now. Okay, where I was previously, I would say, what would my guardian angel say? Where I was in a long-term relationship, doing the things that I need to on paper in terms of career and going in the right steps in that direction. That's where I was in a nutshell. Where I am, I'm back at home, a little confused about life, but taking the right steps towards the things that I actually want to do, rather than thinking so much about what society is asking me to do or other people around me, and just thinking actually I don't have to follow. I've always felt like this, but I guess I don't need to feel confided to a career or anything. I can explore, and that's always been a value of mine, so I can finally kind of prioritize that. Where I'm going, I don't know. I think my guardian angel wouldn't want to tell me exactly where I'm going, because a lot of it is for me to work out still, and
not where you're going, what or who you're becoming.
Who I'm becoming? So I'm someone who is I don't know. The word that is in my head is just free. Yeah, I've always been explained in the past as someone who is a free soul, but I haven't really been, in my head, I haven't really been doing that, and I feel like now I can. There's nothing grounding me to one place or one job or anymore. I can just kind of be free.
Okay, can you talk to me about your different understandings of the words liberty and freedom?
Oh, I don't know. To me, they're quite synonymous. Liberty and freedom. I honestly. Wait, what's the question?
Well, I just wanted to see if you distinguish between the two words and how you would explain the difference if you were going to explain a distinction between two words that you probably hadn't thought of as being distinct before and may still consider them not distinct.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I haven't really thought about it.
Well, think about it now.
I'm trying to think how I would distinguish it. I guess I don't know. The words that are popping up in my head is free will and what the difference would be in each situation, liberty versus freedom, but I wouldn't know how to articulate that. Stuff like this, I feel like I thrive when other people are talking about it and I can add comments, but when I have to think about it myself, I'm like, oh, can you tell me what you think?
Well, I think the difference is that liberty is simply the absence of external restrictions that might prevent you from doing something, whereas freedom includes additionally the meeting of whatever conditions are necessary. So I might be at liberty to go to the amusement park, but if I don't have the entrance fee, then I'm not free to go there.
That's straightforward. It makes sense.
Okay. Can you talk to me about your understanding of the word truth?
My understanding of the word truth. Truth. The thing that's coming up into my head is just truth is honesty at the end of the day, but it's very difficult to really understand exactly what truth is because everyone's honesty is everyone's truth is individual to themselves, and there's no such thing, I guess, as truth at all, to be honest, because it is you being honest with yourself and the people around you. But the word truth, I don't think anything is actually the truth or whatever. I don't know if that quite makes sense.
Is it true that nothing's really the truth?
Is it true that nothing... I guess if it's tangible like this... Well, actually, I might say this bottle is pink, but then I might think, okay, yeah, but you know, why do we think it's pink? Is it really pink, or is it because our eyes are looking at it?
It looks very orange to me.
In person, yeah, there you go. So maybe to you, the truth is that this bottle isn't pink, but in actuality, I don't know, is it really pink, or someone else's truth will see this bottle as not pink? I don't know. I guess tangible things might.
Well, if you were to express the statement, I perceive it as pink, then the only issue is your honesty.
Yeah. I guess that's the same with the word truth then. I guess the answer to your question, coming back to it, I think it's true that nothing is truth.
Okay.
Truth.
Talk to me about your taste in movies and TV shows other than informative YouTube videos.
So movies and TV shows, to be honest, I don't spend a whole lot of time watching movies and TV shows. I find it really difficult to invest the time in a TV show because I think, there's so much more that I can be doing. I could be, I don't know, learning something. I feel like sometimes TVs are a waste, quote unquote, a waste of time. And I usually watch them when I'm given the time. So for example, if I recently had to isolate because I had COVID, so I binged the whole of Squid Game because I had nothing else to do.
It's funny. That's got to be the most commonly noted show I hear when I ask about shows. I mean, I hear all
It
kinds of
has to
stuff,
be.
but I hear that more frequently than I hear any other thing that gets. In other words, it gets repeated more than most any other show.
Yeah, I mean, I always go off the back of recommendations. I definitely find it difficult just to pick a TV show. It's just the investment of time.
So,
But
did you like Squid Game?
did I like it? Yeah, it was a good watch. I mean, I wouldn't be raving about it or anything, but it was, yeah, in my head, it was a good
Can you
use
think
of
of
my
something that you
time.
would rave about,
Something that I would, what, a TV show or a movie?
or a book, or some sort of media like that?
Oh, what would I recommend? No, just something that makes you feel good. Something that makes you, just trying to think of. There's so many. Thing is, I don't know. My taste in movies, I've always said is quite. People, well, my sisters have always said it's quite bad because I just really like just those happy-go-lucky kind of crappy films. um, but yeah, like things from, I don't know. Gosh, what would I recommend? Um, what would I recommend? I don't know. It depends on who I'm talking to. There's not one thing that I could recommend. It would really depend on who I'm talking to, so that I can recommend
Well, in this
something
case, you're talking to me.
But I don't think you're gauging. I don't know. I don't think you're asking because you're asking so that you might watch it.
Well, I mean, I want to know how and why something earns your favor aesthetically.
Okay, if I well, most recently, I would say the thing that I'd be recommending someone to watch would be Louis Third. I can't pronounce his last name. Louis Thurdo. He does documentaries on random things, and they're just really interesting. Probably recommend to watch him just because it's a bit insightful, and there's things that I didn't really think about before watching him, like polygamy, which I've literally had to research loads about after watching the documentary because I couldn't quite grasp it.
Any other topics of his that you can think of?
He went round the US prisons and just kind of gave an insight on prison life and etc. That was quite interesting. Gosh, those are the two standout ones. There was one about people who have just like medical issues and I don't know why the name is going out of my head. You know, when you begin to forget things when you get older. What's that called again? I don't know why the word isn't coming to my brain. Yeah, dementia. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
He did a documentary about dementia, and that was quite and heartfelt. I would definitely recommend that. Just yeah.
So, do you like documentaries that go like, and it was here on the rocky shores, the native peoples of Borneo eked out a meager living with yams and nuts.
So, that is a great. I see exactly what you mean. I don't know. It depends on the videography. If it's quite, I think I could get quite bored from that. But it depends on the context of what they're talking about. Usually not. I'd much rather kind of see people talking to other people. That's more of a like something that where we're learning about who we are as people. I think is more insightful than here we have a leopard lying down.
But the solution to such a complex problem turned out to be this simple sand.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh.
That would be a good documentary. I'd want to watch that one, I think. Okay, so you want to see how people get help or something? All right, well, let's do some tests here that are a little bit more robust than my feeling around randomly. Can you tell me how to solve air pollution?
How to solve air pollution?
Yeah, solve air pollution.
Well, we can't solve it.
Everybody's yelling at you, okay? You're outside and everybody's pointing at you and saying, You solve air pollution. You solve air pollution. Do it right now.
Well, I can't do it by myself though. I'll need to tell other people what they would need to do as individuals so that we can collectively solve air pollution. I can't do it by myself. Everyone needs to do a little bit to make a bigger impact. It's impossible for me to solve it by myself. I can't do it without everyone who's screaming at me. So I guess I would tell them, no, like, we need to solve it. It's not my problem. It's our problem, because something like air pollution, it isn't. Yeah, you need to solve it collectively.
Okay. Can you break down killing a fly into exactly 4 steps?
Killing a fly, in exactly 4 steps. Do I have any equipment? Can I use whatever? Is it I just have to kill the fly? That's the.
You have absolutely every piece of equipment you can possibly conceive of.
Okay, well, there's just so many different ways to kill a fly. There's a lot of different ways you could kill a fly. I'm just trying to think what would be the easiest way for someone to kill a fly, because I couldn't kill a fly, but I don't know how people kill them with, cloths and they're just like done. I kind of usually wait for the fly to stay still, and that's when I go in and kill it. But you can just get one of those things that look like tennis rackets and zap a fly. So that's probably what I would recommend, because it's the most quickest, and I don't know, we kind of need. If you're saying that I have all the equipment, then step 1 would be you grab the fly zapper. Step 2 is you locate the fly. Step 3, you zap the fly. And step 4, clean the mess from the dead fly.
Okay, cool. Can you tell me if all flies that are dead were zapped by a zapper, and this fly is dead, can we necessarily conclude that it was zapped by the zapper?
No, we can't.
Okay.
Because, no.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. If some bears enjoy honey, and only things that enjoy honey can gain admittance to this carnival, is it necessarily the case that some bears can gain admittance to this carnival?
Well, they would need to prove that they eat honey.
But
So
is it necessarily the case that bears are in attendance at that carnival?
Wait, say that question again, sorry?
If some bears eat honey, and only things that eat honey can attend the carnival, is it necessarily the case that some bears are at the carnival?
Yes, it will be, yeah. Because I mean, it depends on the carnival, though. Are bears invited? Do they want to go? This is all.
Well, I told you the important factors, which is if some bears like honey, and only honey likers are admitted to the carnival, is it necessarily the case that some bears are admitted to the carnival?
I would say, just filling in the gaps, yes, they would be there. Yeah. Some would be. Yeah. No.
Sadly, no.
Why?
Because it may be the case that all of the bears that eat honey are the same population of bears that hate carnivals.
But then you could switch that sentence around and say the opposite. So then they would be there.
Well, I could have said, you're right. I could have said, if only bears eat honey, and only honey eaters attend the carnival, and some honey eaters attend the carnival, is it necessarily the case that some bears attend the carnival? Well, then yes, in that case it would be. But I didn't say that. Okay, so let me try a different kind of question. Can you tell me who my sister's mother's sister's daughter is in relation to me?
Could you say that again?
My sister's mother's sister's daughter.
Okay, so your sister's your sister is your sister. Your sister's mother is your mum. Your mum's sister is your auntie. So the daughter is cousin.
Correct.
Oh,
Okay. If either Bob or Sue enjoys lacrosse, then Mary will feel gratified. And I've got some good news. Mary feels gratified. Can we conclude that either Bob or Sue enjoys lacrosse? Necessarily?
So Mary feels gratified when someone likes lacrosse.
If Bob or Sue
Yeah.
like lacrosse,
Yeah.
then Mary will feel gratified. That's the first sentence I have for you. The second sentence I have for you is, good news, I just checked. Mary feels gratified. Can we conclude that either Bob or Sue likes lacrosse?
Yeah, because you said that she'll feel gratified if they like lacrosse.
Yes, but I didn't say that she would feel gratified only if they like lacrosse. She might have feel gratified for something else. Okay. It's interesting. Your TI seems not polar, and but I should probably test it a little bit more to see if I can nail it down a bit. But I'll come back to it. Let me try some other things.
Okay, cool.
Can you talk to me about your relationship with task completion?
With task completion, it depends on the context again. I feel like at work, when I need to be productive, I'll complete a task. Whatever is efficient and productive, I will just do. When it comes to life, and I always feel like I have a checklist in my head, and often things don't get completed, but that's more like life stuff. But yeah, at work it's the opposite. But having said that, sorry, a little bit more. Having said that, I feel like if I want to do something, I'll just do it. There's no procrastinating.
What gives you satisfaction?
What gives me satisfaction?
Yes, the thing the Rolling Stones have none of.
Lots of different things, I guess. I'll just say, I guess, top 3 things that gives me satisfaction would be, number 1 would be when you just help out someone. That gives me a lot of satisfaction. Like feeling quote unquote useful. That I mean, you can't walk away. I think that anyone would say that though. Number 2, going to the gym gives me satisfaction, I guess. Number 3. Number 3. Now it's the last one. It's a bit of a number 3. Well, I'm just gonna say 2.
You're gonna say what?
I'm just gonna stick with the 2. Number 3, there could be so many.
Oh, I thought you said I'm gonna say tea. I said, really? That's so English of you. But no, I misheard. Do you like tea?
I do like tea. Recently, feel like I've been having it more because it's the winter. But yeah, I like tea. Thank you.
Can you talk to me about your relationship with coziness? Is it something you seek out and can attain sort of like actively or consciously, or is it something that you don't really do?
It's not something I really do. Coziness. It's nice when to go out and to find a really cozy place, because I much prefer cozy places outside, but not, I mean, in the space of my own home, it's not, I don't envision, not that I envision it not to be cozy, because I want people to feel, if they were to come, to feel welcomed, but I don't know, I think I seek out cozy places outside of my home.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Are you a natural stretcher or a willful stretcher? Do you want me to explain what that is, or do you know?
Yes, please. Okay. Could you explain it?
A natural stretcher, when they get into bed, they go, oh, it's good to get into bed. I'm going to really settle in there. Oh. a willful stretcher gets up and they go, okay, I need to touch my toes and stretch, or do a yoga thing and stretch, or like.
I'm a willful stretcher for sure.
Okay, a willful stretcher.
Yeah.
Do you find yawning contagious?
Oh, you just said it. Yeah. Yes, I do. I feel like a yawn stuck. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very contagious.
How well are you, how good of a job do you do with taking care of your thirstiness, your hungriness, and your have to go pee-ness?
How well I look after it.
Yeah, how good of a job do you do with that? If you were grading yourself as a mom taking care of her kid, what grade would you give yourself?
Oh, thirstiness. Oh, it just all depends on the context, really. If I'm doing something, like, yeah, for example, if I'm doing something and I'm thirsty, I won't go get a drink because I need to finish I guess this comes back to the class competition question. I need to finish what I'm doing before I get a drink, because getting a drink is a waste of time, because I haven't finished what I'm doing yet. Likewise with eating, but I'm trying. Yeah, it's definitely more of a conscious effort that I've been. Okay, if I'm hungry, just eat. If I'm thirsty, just eat. It's okay. You don't need to always be productive when you're doing things. Well, I need to go pee. I guess is I don't know. You just go. I don't. That's separate to eating and drinking.
What causes you to lose respect for another person more? Their inability to take care of themselves, or their being fast and loose with the truth?
What do you mean by fast and loose with the truth?
Well, let's start with just sort of spinning everything the best way possible. Maybe winning the word battle, but you don't think they're being really authentic in some regard.
Yeah, I would definitely the latter. When someone, what you just said there.
Okay.
That would make me lose respect for someone.
Okay. So let me try some any questions now. I've got a new invention. Mm-hmm. It's an umbrella that straps onto your cat's body, so that when it's raining, you can set your cat outside and it doesn't have to worry about getting wet. Can you help me name it?
Oh, help you name it?
Yeah, I can only come up with one name, and it's not. The marketing department says it's terrible. My name is an umbrella that's attached to a cat, so when it goes out into the rain, it doesn't get wet. But I need your help. I need something snappy.
Something snappy. Well, something snappy. Don't know. You just said, what was your name for it?
An umbrella that attaches to a cat, so that when it goes out in the rain, it doesn't have to get wet.
When it goes into the rain, it doesn't have to get wet. Well, short and snappy. It really depends on your market audience here. I guess your market audience is any person who owns a cat.
Yeah.
Is there any name inspiration that you have that you could draw
Well,
on?
when I submitted my name, as I've described it to you, to the marketing VP, he said, and he wrote back big red block letters on a memo pad, "That's not a name!" Exclamation point, exclamation point. So I don't even know what to do with that.
If he's saying it's not a name, but you really like your long name, then
It's the only thing I can think of. But the point is, I'm not in charge of coming up with the name now. Marketing department said to delegate the task to you.
And I think that we should work with the marketing department to come up with a name.
They said you've just been promoted to marketing department person in charge of this.
I mean, there's a few things that we could probably draft down together and then put forward, but don't want to piss off the marketing department. It could be, I mean, if they're saying they want something short and snappy, you could go for something really, you know, straightforward and honest, but that's a bit boring. Like, you don't want to name it just Cat Umbrella or whatever.
Cat Umbrella. I'd never thought of that.
There you go. That's a bit boring and it's not catchy. And yeah, you want it to be a little bit more catchy and put different things together. So I guess that, I don't know, if I really had to think of a name, I'd probably sit down and write exactly what you said and then just pluck out different things. And I don't know, you could have an acronym that could just be words put together, like Cumbrella? No, that sounds wrong, doesn't it?
Catella?
Catella, yeah, it could be so many
Catella.
different...
Catella is a good name for it.
That works. Pluck out different things from your original name, because there was nothing wrong with the original name. They just want it shorter and snappier.
So okay, you are describing the NE process, which is interesting. But okay, let me ask you another kind of question. Can you think of synonyms for the word effervescent?
Synonyms for the word what, sorry?
Effervescent.
Effervescent.
Yeah.
That's like, oh gosh, this is really testing my knowledge when it comes to just words. Effervescent is, that means something that's quite, oh wait, no, I don't want to say in case I'm wrong. Could you define it or put it into a sentence, please?
It basically means like bubbles producing.
Bubbles producing?
Yeah, like a soda is effervescent. But let me look up the word.
Oh.
Let me Google it.
I feel like I need it in a sentence or something.
I want to make sure I have the precise definition. Otherwise, INTPs are going to yell at me, and I'm going to feel ashamed of myself. Effervescent.
Okay, so someone who's, I guess, I don't know. Oh, that this could be a long list. Someone effervescent, that's someone who's like bright. I don't know, yeah, like you just said, enthusiastic. If we're thinking about it more literally, when you put it into a fizzy drink, that would be, I don't know, bubbly. I don't know why I'm thinking contagious. Bubbly, contagious, open. That's not really a synonym to that, is it? Effervescent. Someone who's colourful.
How long has that been fucked up? I'm not sure how much of my audio got lost on this. This may be a fucked up video.
Oh no, that's okay. Don't worry.
But I'll have to check it out and see. And if it is fucked up, then I'm sorry. It's just fucked up. All it would have to be your end of it, and none of it would be my end of it.
It's okay. It's all good.
So I'm sorry about that. If that happens, and if I can salvage some of it, I'll publish it. Okay.
Yeah. No worries. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Have a lovely day. Bye.